Sure.
This past weekend at Shabbat, it was one of the most amazing trips I've ever been on because like everything was so real. It wasn't prepared, and just however the Spirit moved, you could go like with the flow of service. And praise and worship was amazing. Like with Eddie James was there and their dancers, and they were just so real with us, and they just laid it out in front of us and they didn't play around with it. And they needed to take up more time with praise and worship than they could, and it wasn't on a time schedule like most other places. Yeah, just the messages are really powerful. We had a guy preach 2 nights, and then Sunday morning we had a girl preach, and I liked how she actually came down and prayed for each of us individually, and she laid hands on all of us that were down at the altar, and she just spoke like very prophetic word over me, and it was really good.
I really liked Shabbat. I was kind of nervous at first because I went to Winterfest every year, so I didn't know if I was going to like it, but it was like absolutely amazing. My favorite service was probably Saturday night because he was talking about how Jesus is coming and that God doesn't want just a one-night stand or a few date nights, that he wants a relationship, that you can be saved, but you need to have a relationship. And then he did this 2-minute countdown, like what would you do in that 2 minutes if you knew the rapture was going to happen? And he said that you always need to live in those 2 minutes because the rapture can happen at any time. And it was just amazing. And then the third day, Sunday morning, the girl was talking about that if you have a problem, the roots produce fruits. And if you just take care of the fruits and you think that the problem's gone because you just got rid of the roots are still there. So the problem's going to keep reproducing and reproducing and reproducing. So you got to go into the roots and get the roots out in order to change. So I actually liked it a lot better because it wasn't like a concert thing. It was just like genuine, pure worship and stuff. So I'm excited to go back next year.
With that, but like there's just like nothing's rushed. It's really nice. I don't know. It was really a refreshing week, and so that weekend stuff, I just really liked it.
Morgan, tell us your experience with Shabbat and how God impacted your life.
Well, first of all, at Shabbat, I found myself before Shabbat in a state of apathy in Christianity. To be like Christ, it requires more than what I was giving. I found myself being lazy with it, and God calls us to way more than being lazy. So the first night, Ronnie Harris blew up the spot about having the fire of God, and I just felt something, that apathy just being washed away, and then the fire of God just rose up in me. It literally felt like Jeremiah described as a fire shut up within my bones. I just felt like my insides were about to explode. And then the next night with Glenn Walter's amazing service about being rapture ready, being ready for if we had a 2-minute countdown, what would we do? And God just impacted my life and showed me that I needed to be ready as if I had 2 minutes. And then Sunday morning, amazing service. It opened my eyes to a lot of things about Christians and about even just the way of life, about even again being called to better and to do more and to rise up and be a generation that cries Ruah. And just all the nights, Eddie James was amazing. The praise and worship you could enter in, it didn't take much. All you had to do was just jump in the river, as so to speak. But man, Shabbat, amazing. That's all I have to say about it.
The atmosphere was so much more relaxed. You could worship whenever you wanted to. The Spirit just moves in some services, and they didn't worry about it. Everybody that preached, they did such an amazing lesson. They always had something that responded with us, and so you could relate to it. And just their illustrations that they used were so down to earth, and you could understand it all. I really enjoyed it. The Lord really touched me this weekend and opened up my eyes. I've been going through a desert time, and He just kind of rained in my desert, and it was just so relaxing. There's a new spirit, new fresh spirit over it, and I think we all really enjoyed it.
Hi, my name is Joanne. I went to Shabbat this week, and it was a really amazing experience. I loved everything that happened to me in Shabbat. I loved the new chance that I got with God. One of the pastors was talking about how we don't have a choice when He tells us when God's coming. he just comes, and when he comes, he needs to be prepared. And God gives us so many chances, and we can't take them for granted. And I learned to forgive and to let go of things in my past and let God take care of them and let God be with me. I've learned that God is the only one who can restore everything in me. And one of the preachers was talking about how God told her that she had tried everything else in the world, but she hadn't given God a chance. But he said to her, I promise you, if you try me, just like you tried everything, I will not let you down. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try God, just like I tried everything. And I'm going to trust Him and everything and everything. And I know that He's a powerful God, and that He can heal anything in my past. And I thank Pastor Gloria and Pastor Kylie because they gave me the opportunity to go to Shabbat. And they are great pastors, and I thank God for them. And I thank God for all the leaders that were there because they helped me a lot, and they were very comforting, and I loved everybody who went. It was a great experience. I can't wait to do it again, and I was really blessed each and every time, and I hope that everybody else who went is also blessed and knows what I was. God bless.